Xabi Alonso plans to call on Eder Militao against Juventus. Xabi Alonso and everyone at Real Madrid are in love with Dean Huijsen's performances. Vinicius Jr. My contract extension? I've always said I wanted to stay here my entire career. Here is the full knockout bracket of the Club World Cup. Trent, Vini Jr. has given me many tough games in the past. Thankfully, now it's other players going through that instead of me. Javi Martínez. My mother still hasn't forgiven me for not signing with Real Madrid. Happy birthday, Javi. Lamine Yamal will inherit the number 10 on his birthday. Barcelona will officially announce on July 13th that the young prodigy will wear Lionel Messi's iconic number. Manchester United are interested in Felix Nmecha. The German midfielder has a market value of €28 million. Alexandre Lacazette is very close to signing with Neom. He's passed his medical. Only one final detail remains. Here are all the Ballon d'Or winners since 2000. Marco Asensio has been offered to Fenerbahce. AS Monaco unveils its new home kit. Jared Branthwaite is about to sign a new 5-year contract with Everton. Arsenal are targeting Eberechi Eze as a cheaper alternative to Real Madrid's Rodrygo. Manchester United are considering a surprise move for Leicester midfielder Wilfred Ndidi. Substituted players will be interviewed during Premier League matches starting next season. Bayern have reached a verbal agreement with Nick Woltmade for a contract until 2030. They wanted to move ahead of other major European clubs. The deal now depends on negotiations with Stuttgart. Tebas, Barcelona doesn't have the 1/1 rule, and I hope they achieve it soon. They already know what needs to be done to comply. Bilbao also knows what Barcelona must do. As we were very transparent in February, so no one questions financial fair play. Alex Merritt signs a new deal with Napoli until June 2027. Real Madrid are optimistic about the arrival of Alvaro Carreras. Vini Jr. has now equaled Gareth Bale's goal tally at Real Madrid. Happy birthday to one of Real Madrid and Spain's greatest strikers, Raul. For Real Madrid, 741 matches, 323 goals, and 16 trophies. For Spain, 102 matches and 44 goals. The most decorated player in Real Madrid's history, with 6 La Liga titles and 3 Champions League wins. Bernardo Silva raves about Echeverri. I'm a big fan of Claudio Echeverri because he plays football like me, with fire in his veins. He fights for every possession, every ball, and his talent does the rest. Endrick is back. The Brazilian will fly to the USA tomorrow and will be available against Juventus. So far, he's been the biggest loser of this preseason, with Gonzalo Garcia shining while he still hasn't trained under Xabi Alonso. OL's participation in the Europa League has been confirmed by UEFA. Arsenal's interest in Joel Hato remains, but at this stage, any deal will depend on the futures of Zinchenko and/or Jakub Kiwior and Ajax's asking price. 300 career goals for Erling Haaland. Jeremy Frimpong. The toughest player I've faced? Kylian Mbappe. Paris are studying several options, including bringing in reinforcements to compensate for Hakimi's absence during the 2026 AFCON. Edouard Mendy reflects on his move from Chelsea to Al Ahly. Some people will quickly jump to conclusions and say the only reason is money. From the start, I've always said that when I left Chelsea, I wanted to join a team where I could win everything, something that was no longer possible at Chelsea. Chelsea want to sign Emiliano Martínez, 32, this summer as their starting goalkeeper. Maresca personally requested him, and Willy Caballero has also approved the move. The player wants to stay in England, making it a viable option for Chelsea. Harvey Elliott won't be short of suitors. Brighton, West Ham, and Leipzig are reportedly interested. Liverpool would need at least £40 million to consider selling him, and that price will only rise if he keeps shining with England. Chelsea have reached a €65 million agreement with Dortmund for Jamie Gittens. The deal is done, but the winger will only join the Blues after the Club World Cup.